Well, of course, last year was really a challenge, not having an in-person leadership conference, and we did a great job, I think, on Zoom. We had great participation, great involvement by our speakers and our sponsors, but it's just not the same. You know, one of the great things about the leadership conference, and one of our goals really, is to be in person, to build relationships across the conference, each institution, across sports. We had a little bit of a scaled down group this year, a little more intimate, because we want to kind of tiptoe into it coming out of the pandemic, but it's really worked out well. We've seen the bonding take place probably more quickly than ever, maybe because it's a little bit smaller group, but these student athletes are so awesome. It's just really fun to be able to see them and their leadership that they naturally have come out in this environment. We are so grateful for the support of our presenting sponsors here, MUSCO Sports Lighting and DB Integrations. They've been such great partners of ours. You know, MUSCO's been involved with Big South, I don't know, 15, 20 years. I mean, they've been a real strong part of the conference for so long, and so to have their continued support for something as important as the leadership conference is really cool. They really embrace the student athletes and the student athlete experience, and likewise DB Integrations. They've only been with us a few years, but they understand the value of what we're trying to do, and the involvement and the support and the development of our student athletes.
I think this experience has been valuable in realizing that I have to not just think of where I'm at personally, but think of where they're at and try and build a bridge between each other. And that's like kind of what helps like leadership. Like we learned that leadership is a matter of like making your teammates' lives better. And I think that coming into my last season, I'm just really excited to just implement a lot of things that I learned here at this leadership conference.
One of the things that I think is really important for us in this environment, and really throughout the year, is to get the student athlete feedback. We really want to know what they're thinking, what they're experiencing on campus. So we had a great session where we talked about what's important to them on campus, what are some of the things that they're doing to try to develop leadership within their teams and on their campuses. More broadly, we also feel like we really need to have the student athlete voice in terms of national matters and what the NCAA is dealing with right now. So we spent a lot of time talking about the key issues of transfers and name, image, and likeness. And so be able to help them understand what is happening at the NCAA level with those important pieces of legislation, and also to understand how they feel about those issues is really important, because that helps us develop what our positions are going to be in the national issues. And when we go to cast our votes at NCAA meetings, you know, we know what the student athlete is thinking, and it is helping us to really craft our position on those issues.
So a session on NIL and even like transfer legislation and things like that, but especially NIL, is super helpful. As the national SAC representative for the Big South, it's important that I know what I'm talking about, and obviously we're talking about it at a different level there and kind of looking at how it applies to all conferences, but being able to communicate that back to the Big South and Longwood University is really important.
It was a really great event. Like, it was way better than I could have even imagined. I met so many new people. I can't wait to see them, can't wait to play them, because I'll be on the sideline. I'll be on the sideline of the courts, the volleyball, softball, all of it. So it was very exciting, and I'm actually very excited to join the Big South.
I really think this was a unique experience in that I've been to some other Big South conferences, but the group that we had was just super special, and really everyone wanted to be here. And so even just hanging out, you know, playing spike ball and all the different games that we had, and just kind of being there and being able to connect with different people is so valuable and so cool. And then, you know, you'll see them on the field next year or on the court and be able to cheer for them, even though, you know, they're playing Longwood. I want to cheer for Longwood, but it's just really cool and a fun experience, and just all those games, the ropes course, and everything.